Hello, it's Leo. Welcome to my channel. And I'm starting a new Booktube channel and haven't done this before, so lots to learn and having fun doing it. I also wanted to wish you all a happy International Transgender Day of Visibility, a day where we celebrate trans lives and also raise awareness to the challenges that are facing the trans community. As a trans guy myself, I am so grateful that I have had the privilege and the rights to transition and live my life fully and authentically, and I wish the same for all of my trans siblings around the world. And for those who are allies and advocates, I encourage you to pay attention to what's going on in the world right now. There are a lot of attacks on the trans community, particularly trans youth. So I'm starting this channel because I really want to connect with the literary community. I want to get recommendations, and I want to dig deeper into the books that I'm reading and then have a chance to talk about them. I want to build community. I want to find recommendations of books that I hadn't heard of before. I'm trying to read more diversely. I'm trying to read more books on anti-racism and justice, and I want to share all of that also with all of you. So that's why I'm starting this channel. What are some fun and unique things that you bring to Booktube? So for me, I think I lead maybe a little bit of an interesting life. By day, I do tech support for software, and by night I'm working on a novel. I finished my first draft and I'm now editing the second draft. So maybe I'm starting this channel as a way to procrastinate the editing process on my novel draft. That is probably pretty likely. I also am a ordained Lutheran pastor on leave from call currently, which means that I'm not actually doing pastor work, but I'm kind of on sabbatical, if you will. But I did start a little church for queer and allies here, and that went for about 5 years. So that was a fun and unique experience. And then I also have a love of the circus and take trapeze courses. Haven't done that during the pandemic, but I'm starting again very soon. I'm very excited about that, and love all of the people that I've met in the circus community. A really great group of folks. At my ordination as a Lutheran pastor, I also had a circus fundraiser for AIDS Walk Portland. That video is on a few videos back here on my channel, and that was a pretty incredible and special time to be able to have a circus perform with my friends and colleagues. Pretty amazing experience. The other thing that I want to bring to so I bring those experiences and that those perspectives of my life to my channel. The other thing that I want to bring to Booktube is that each time I post a video, I want to highlight a different nonprofit doing justice or anti-racism work or other important work caring for our communities in the world. And I'll make a donation when I post the video, and I'll invite others to either check out the nonprofit and connect or like or follow, or to donate or volunteer if you're so moved or able. This video, I'm going to be making a donation to Reconciling Works. The link will be down below. And Reconciling Works is an organization that walks alongside the Lutheran Church, helping congregations to learn how to welcome, include, celebrate, and advocate for the LGBTQIA community. There's a lot of us who have experienced trauma in churches or who have experienced discrimination from people who are making those choices based on their faith. And so one of the things that I think is really important is helping communities of faith really learn how to have deep conversations to move from a place of either maybe even judgment to welcoming and celebrating those in the LGBTQIA community. it's been a pretty marvelous experience to walk with churches the last 10 years as a volunteer for that organization. So highly recommend them to you. I will be making a donation to them in gratitude for their work, particularly on this International Trans Day of Visibility, and I invite you to check them out as well. Number 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think just learning about new books, learning how to read books in a new, more analytical way maybe, and learn to talk about books. I'm also excited to learn how to learn some filming skills and those sorts of things, and connecting with community and meeting new people, and really learning how to or learning more about all of you, and making new friends. Why do I love reading? I love reading for, I love stories. I love noticing storytelling craft. I really enjoy that. I love the escape of stories, and I love really entering into characters' lives that are people who I want to kind of hang out with. I also love to learn, so I read fiction and nonfiction, and I really love to just, there's just so much out there that I just want to like absorb and so forth. And so anyway, reading is a really great way to do that. What book or book series got you into reading? So The Chronicles of Narnia as a kid, and then later as a teenager, all of the historical romance by Georgette Heyer, consumed all of those. And then a little bit older than that, started reading like Elizabeth Peters, Agatha Christie, Dorothy Gilman, and loved all of them. And all of those authors really cemented in me a love of reading and a love of story, and also a love of the murder mystery genre. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? So my favorite booktubers currently, there are so many more that I'm learning about every day, but the ones that I kind of first learned about, started watching all their backlists, were WithCindy, Cindy at WithCindy, and Lianne at Literary Diversions. Both of them turned me on to book series that I didn't know about, and maybe because I'm the only one who didn't know about them. But so I, at Cindy's suggestion, read Six of Crows, now a fan, and want to read the next one, The Cliffhanger. And then at Leanne's suggestion, read Screaming Staircase by, or in the Lockwood & Co. Series. Also love that. Both of those are outside of my like go-to genre, which is mystery, but I've really loved those stories and getting into meeting those characters and following their journeys. So the question that I would ask Cindy and Lianne, not that I expect them to see this because they have thousands and thousands of followers, but so also the question that I would ask all of you is, which 2 authors would you ask to co-write a book, and which genre and or tropes would you have in it? For example, like Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett in Good Omens. So that's the question that I would ask them. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? For me, I think there's an expression that it's like, I don't know what I don't know. So there's probably so many things that I don't know that are going to be hard, that are a challenge. Like until tonight, I didn't know that trying to figure out where to look on the camera would be so hard, and I'm still not sure I'm doing it right, but we got to go with something, right? Also, I don't know how hard it will be to keep on a schedule of putting out content. I'm going to give it a try. I don't know how hard it will be also to interact with the public in terms of, if there'll be like trolls, and I mean, it's the internet, so there'll be trolls, and what that'll be like. But I'm going to give it a try. And if it turns out that this isn't something that I want to keep up, or maybe my book takes off and I get back to writing that instead of doing this, maybe I won't be able to keep this up as frequently as I'd like, but I'd like to give it a try. So that's what I think would be the challenge that will face me on this. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you have a really wonderful day, and remember to check out reconcilingworks.org if that's something that you're interested in, and also just remember that trans lives are sacred, trans lives are divine, and trans people are beautiful, and I love y'all. So take care and talk to you soon.